Okay, hey, flooring pros, happy post-election day. Actually, it's a couple days later, and I've been meaning to get on here and just incredibly excited, and I want to share what I think is in the future for our country and for flooring dealers in particular, the people that I work with and I love, and uh, those of you guys that have been struggling the last few years. I've seen most people are down 15 to 20%. I mean, the numbers are big, that a lot of people are down. Some people are hanging in there and they're even. I've got several clients who are up. So I'll talk to you about that, of why we were able to change that. But I'm going to show you why I think you'll be able to do over $1 million more next year. And I'm going to break it down for you. But I want to broaden this out about politics for a moment here, and let me be clear. I mean, this is going on the Flooring Dealer channel, and there's a reason that I want to explain why I allow politics from time to time. We certainly don't want our group to turn into a political channel, and we're not going to be talking about abortion or illegal immigration or things in the political atmosphere, but things like tariffs. Absolutely. I mean, those are things that affect us directly. And you could be said that illegal immigration affects us directly. So we'll talk a little bit about that more. But if we keep it in the context of our business and how it affects us directly, I say it's fair game. I love to open up the discussion. We did last time, when Trump was president the first time, and we had talk about tariffs. We allowed that discussion to go on, even though it may seem like a political discussion. It's something that directly affects us. So I want to open that up and leave those kind of discussions that have a direct effect on your business and your livelihood. Those are fair game as far as I'm concerned. Still have to follow the rules, be respectful. You can't talk bad about anybody, whether they're on our forum or somebody that's even not on our forum. We want to avoid trash talking anybody. Let's keep it professional. I want to tell you a little bit about the last three flooring dealers I talked to, and something that really gets me excited. So it's pretty consistent when people call the challenges that they have. It's one, they don't have a selling process. So everybody in the company kind of learns how to sell, learns how to do their own thing their own way. One thing that's really clear is that coming up with a price for the customer is complicated and oftentimes inconsistent. So I was talking to a gentleman today that he doesn't do the same thing the same way every time. You know, he's kind of like making it up, and he's been in business for over 20 years. So even with that, has never really learned that part of this game. More of an expert coming from the installer background of being, an expert installer and an expert on the product, but not really understanding the nuances of giving an estimate. The other thing he did is create line item quotes, and I see a lot of people doing that. When you create a line item quote, you are begging a customer to save money. So when we're able to bundle our stuff together, one of the things we include is free furniture move. Well, it's built into the price, okay? And you can say furniture move included if that bothers you to say free furniture move. Just tell people it's built into the price. When you do it that way and your presentation is that way, people don't say, well, can I save money if I move my own furniture? May happen once or twice a year, but that's it. And you can take a few bucks off if you want, but most people are going to accept the fact that, yeah, moving furniture is part of it. I've always equated moving furniture with if you're going in to get your brakes done, do the mechanic say, well, we don't do tires, we only work on the brakes. You're gonna have to take off your own tires. I've always made the argument that the person that can afford new flooring from you is probably not able to move their own furniture. They've made money and they all have bad backs. So they're probably not wanting to move their own furniture to get their flooring done. So I think it's something a service that we should be providing for people. But I'm not only talking about furniture. I'm talking about floor prep, baseboards, pad upgrade. There's all this host of items that end up in a line item quote that should be bundled and made as part of your estimate, because you can't do the job without doing floor prep. You can't do the job without doing something to the baseboards where you're going to take them off, put them back on, or you're going to put a shoe molding around it. You got to do something to it to complete the job the correct way. So anything that you have to do anyway should be built into your price and should never be a line item quote. All right. That's one of the biggest problems that people have. And the next one is just really bad marketing. So one of the challenges is that they hired a marketing expert and then they trust them. They say, these are the products that I sell. These are the areas I work in. You're an expert. You know what you're doing. I'm going to leave you to it. So you go ahead and do marketing for me. Do a great job. Okay. I trust you and I trust that you're going to do a great job for me and my company. And time to time, they just don't. They need you to look after them. And I'm not saying that they're not good people or that they're evil and you can't trust them. I'm saying that you got to be involved. You know, if you want this to work right for you, you've got to be and make sure that they're doing their job correctly. My sound might have just changed because I just changed the headset. Um, that was really smart. I put on this headset, but I didn't put that on as my mic. And it's a brand new headset. So if there's no sound, that's why. This is going to be the shortest video ever. If this, let's pause our video for a second. How do I pause the video? Okay, we're back. Where was I? So we were talking about their poor marketing message. You don't want to trust the web company too much because the web companies they look at the data and they'll say, "Man, you're doing great. I mean, we're getting a lot of traffic in here." It's like, dude, my phone's not ringing. So you can't just trust your web company. And I don't give a shit what the data shows. You've got to pay attention because the data could show good things, but you're not getting the results. So you're always having to adjust, work things out. And when you first hire that web company, I mean, man, you should be talking to them every week, minimum once a month, and never less than once a month. But talk to them every week in the beginning, for first couple of months. You can go to every other week or something like that, but stay on top of it. There's nothing more important than your marketing. You are in the business of attracting customers. Uh, the other thing I found, it was just funny. The guy, one of the guys, and this is how I got him. He said, "Man, how do you get business? I've got no business right now. Things are just dead. They're slow." So I go to his personal Facebook page. Not one mention of the fact that he does flooring. You know, been in the business for 20 years, and he has not told his friends, family, the people that know him most, that he does flooring. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to pay for every lead that you get? You don't want the people who are most likely to use you and refer you to people they know. You don't want them to know what you do for a living? Come on, guys, you got to live this. A 30-year life is spent at your job. You know, it's relevant to social media. If you're the kind that's not on social media, get on social media. It's free marketing. You know, you want to be on there. It's some of the best free marketing you'll get. You don't have to pay to get advertising to get leads. The paid leads don't work as well as the free stuff anyhow. But engage with customers, tell them what you do. It's necessary. Used to be really good marketing to get on social media. Now I say it's necessary. If your business is not growing or it's slowing down, well, that could be part of it. Is that you're not active on social media. The and you can control that. You can control the marketing and the messaging. That's what I love about that. But you can't control Google. You can't control the algorithms of Google, and they change things. So once you dial it in and you get things working right on Google, they'll change everything on you. And then all the work that you did over the past few years or whatever to build up the reputation you did is going out the window because Google changed their algorithm and they decided what you're doing works too good, so we can't trust you any longer. So it's just so complicated and confusing. Shouldn't be that way, but control, you can control your media on social media and you should be telling your friends and family. Same thing with, networking, going to church. I mean, live it. And there's no shame in telling people that you're a professional flooring expert that does carpet, luxury vinyl, hardwood flooring, you should be proud of it. It should be on your shirts. It should be on your vehicles. There's absolutely nothing wrong with promoting what you do while you're living your life. All right, so I want to get into why do I think business owners are going to be able to do a million or more next year? Why this Trump victory, if you will, was so important and is going to mean so much to us. This isn't a love fest for Trump, but the fact is the man was really good 4 years before. And if you want to get into the politics of it, I don't really give a shit about all the claims and the um, all the politics of it. Let's just talk about what's going to happen. All right. First of all, the pipeline that goes from Canada on down to Mexico. Biden immediately cut that off. That's when oil prices started to rise. Trump's going to open that up again. What does that mean? That's going to mean a lot more jobs for a lot of people. That's one. Two, we're going to stop depending on foreign oil. Right now, we're a net exporter. We are a net importer of oil. We were under Trump a net exporter. In fact, one of the challenges that we had was the oil prices were so low that the oil guys weren't making very good money. So if you want the oil guys to suffer and you guys to do really well, then there you go. We when we're able to produce our own oil and not depend on foreign countries and give our enemies who want to kill us, give them money, uh, we're down the right path. Uh, it only makes sense too that all this inflation, part of it is due to the delivery of those goods. If it's more expensive, if gas is twice as much, then the cost to deliver food, clothing, furniture, flooring, all that stuff goes up, 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 up. Okay, when you bring down the cost of fuel, all those delivery prices go down, the cost of goods go down. So that's going to help us save a lot of money. Things like tax cuts, that's going to help save corporations money. The more money we save corporations, uh, the more we charge corporations, the more it costs us. So one of the things that he'll do is take off the regulations that cost corporations millions of dollars. Another thing is getting some of these agencies like OSHA off our backs. The FDA getting rid of these bloated big government programs that are causing inflation. And they were printing money that caused inflation. So these things are going to help us directly. It's going to help our economy. It's going to help. It's not just that flooring dealers are going to have more money, it's that our customers are going to have more money to spend. And when they have money to spend, they fix up their house. No new wars. I love that the man knows how to handle things financially. Wars are expensive. Not having a war means your kids are safe, they're at home, and you don't have to worry about sending them off to war. But good for our economy. Actually, maybe that's an argument. Wars are good for the economy. They've always been, but I'd rather not have a war and just have a strong moving economy. Getting a handle on illegal immigration. Now, some people might say that, look, some of the people that are here illegally are the installers putting in the flooring. But if they get a handle on it, then we can come up with a guest worker program that has been promised since the 80s. And I desperately want that in Arizona. I know several people who are here illegally, great people, love it if they can get in under the law, under the correct process and work here legally and be a part of the system rather than living in the shadows. I think it's a good thing for America. It's a good thing for the Mexicans who want to live here and other nations. There's people all over the world that want to live here, and there's several people that are living here illegally now. We need to get a handle on that, and I think it's good for our business. It's going to be good for our real estate too, because of the massive amounts of immigration has made the housing prices go up. Everybody, it's a supply and demand issue. Everybody needs a place to stay. So when you add 10 million people into the country, that then our housing prices, our rent, all that has dramatically gone up. So people don't have as much money to spend things on stuff they want, like flooring.
So we're going to have a direct benefit. I'm telling you, this economy next year is going to frickin' explode. All right. So I want you to be prepared for it. So here's three things that you can do right now to get prepared for the upcoming economy. First is your marketing. Get your marketing in order. I talked about it already. Get that website in order and get on social media. Do it right. We're going to be going over it in the master class. We're going to talk a lot about marketing, what you should be spending, what ways you can market. This is the workbook. And if you can't make it out, just order the book. And we just created the playbook for you. Marketing strategies is chapter number 2. It's one of the most important things. And then the next thing is your selling strategies. So pricing and selling strategies. Look, I've the secret to success in our business is making it easy to come up with a price. It really is the number one secret to success in the flooring business. The easier you make it to give a price, the more you could focus on decorating and having fun with your customer. All right. So you guys, if you make pricing easy, you bundle, you give customers one price, you give them the quote in the home, give them an opportunity to buy now. That's going to dramatically improve your closing rate. I've had customers go from 30% up to 70% closing rate and charging more money. Every time I implement these strategies with a client of mine, they are charging more money and increasing their closing rate. There's a way to sell that works better than the way many of you are doing it out there. So find, understand, discover, reach out to me. Let's get a better way going. And then the third thing is your operation process. So you want a smooth operation process so your business runs whether you're there or not. You have that scales of efficiency so you can grow the business. Also, so for a better customer experience, when everybody knows what to do when there's a problem. What if something can't get installed right away? What if a truck breaks down? What if your installer gets sick, something happens, or you're short of materials? What are your processes that get triggered right away so you don't have to go into panic mode every time something wrong happens? All right. What is your process for selling from greeting the customer to closing the deal? And then what is your process for installation? What do you guys do to who places the order and then who makes sure the order's in, who makes sure everything is being received, who's contacting the customer, at what time are you contacting the customer? Are you calling the customer on your way out there? After the job is done, is anybody inspecting it? Is there a sign-off sheet? You can build these processes really easily on the board, and then you just constantly make improvements to them. You're always working and making improvements to your process. All right, guys. So that's my rant. I was anxious. I'm excited. I really do believe that, we have our 90K and 90-day program. I think if you want it, now there are some people that are really happy where they're at. Business is great. They're doing fine just where they're at. So I might not be for you. So if that's the case, you're happy where you're at. Great. Godspeed. Everybody go and work your business the way that you want it. If you're interested in how can you increase your business $1 million next year? I was saying some people might not be able to do 1 million. They may only do 800,000, but wouldn't that be awesome? And this is for everybody. If you're a business, you're only doing 500,000, you can make 1.5 million. I guarantee it. There is a pathway to 1.5 without you spending a lot of money on marketing, without you having to dramatically change everything. I guarantee you there's a way for you to go from 500 to 1.5. You're doing 1.5, let's get you to 2.5. Doing 2.5, let's get you to 3.5. All right. It's all get that pathway up to 5 million. Again, if you're happy where you're at, Godspeed. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're happy. Now, if you would like to do better, man, I mean, we are not going to have a better time than these next 4 years. These next 4 years, I want you guys to take advantage of it, of the opportunity that's in front of us, because it is amazing. So we know what's going to happen. It's predictable. So let's take advantage of it. All right. You guys' turn to profit now in the flooring industry.